Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, trapped in a cycle of self doubt and habits that hold you back? What if I told you that your mind is more powerful than you think, and that you have the ability to break free from the limitations that are keeping you stuck? Imagine rewiring your brain, transforming your life, and creating a reality that matches your true potential. It's not a dream, it's science. In this video, we'll uncover the groundbreaking secrets to unlocking your mind's power and how you can break free in just 21 days. Welcome to Mindful Rising. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content that will help you transform your life. Before we talk about the 21-day challenge or any technique for rewiring your brain, we need to understand the fundamental principle that makes it all possible. Neuroplasticity. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but stick with me. Essentially, neuroplasticity refers to the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout your entire life. Think of it as your brain's superpower, its capacity to adapt and change in response to new experiences, learning, and even your thoughts. Now, for a long time, scientists believed that the adult brain was essentially fixed, hardwired, and incapable of generating new neurons or connections. They thought that what you had by the time you reached adulthood was pretty much it. This was a rather bleak outlook, especially if you were trying to change habits or overcome limiting beliefs. But thankfully, this view has been completely overturned by groundbreaking research in the field of neuroscience. We now know that the brain is incredibly dynamic and malleable, much more like a flowing river than a rigid structure. So, how does this work? Well, your brain is made up of billions of neurons, which communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals. These connections, or neural pathways, are formed through repeated experiences and thoughts. Let's say you're learning a new skill, like playing the piano. At first, it's difficult, and you might feel clumsy, but as you practice, the neurons involved in playing the piano start to fire together more frequently, strengthening the connections between them. Over time, these connections become more efficient and the skill becomes easier and more automatic. This is neuroplasticity in action. Your brain is physically changing itself to reflect your new learning. Now, here's the really exciting part. This process isn't limited to learning new skills. It applies to everything you think, feel, and do. Every time you have a thought, whether it's positive or negative, you're actually reinforcing specific neural pathways in your brain. If you consistently dwell on negative thoughts, you're essentially paving a superhighway for those thoughts to travel along. This is why it can be so difficult to break free from negative thinking patterns. The more you think them, the stronger those pathways become. But the good news is the reverse is also true. You can use the power of neuroplasticity to your advantage by consciously choosing to focus on positive, empowering thoughts. By repeatedly directing your attention to what you want to create in your life, you can start to build new neural pathways that support your goals and desires. It's like creating a new trail through a dense forest. At first, it might be difficult to navigate, but with consistent effort, the path becomes clearer and easier to follow. This is where the concept of rewiring your brain comes in. It's not just some feel good self help jargon, it's a real, scientifically validated process. You can literally change the structure and function of your brain by consciously choosing what you think and how you act. This is incredibly empowering because it means that you're not stuck with the brain you were born with. You have the potential to shape and mold your brain in any way you choose. Think about it. If you've struggled with anxiety, for example, you can use neuroplasticity to create new neural pathways that are associated with calmness and confidence. If you've been held back by limiting beliefs, You can reprogram your subconscious mind with new, empowering beliefs that support your growth and success. The possibilities are truly endless. The key is to be intentional and consistent. Just like learning a new skill, rewiring your brain takes time and effort. It's not a magic pill, but it is a real and achievable process. And it all starts with understanding the incredible power of neuroplasticity. This understanding is the foundation upon which we can build lasting personal transformation. It's the key that unlocks the door to your full potential. Now, let's delve into the specific approach I've developed, a method that integrates ancient wisdom with cutting edge scientific understanding. My background, as you may know, is rooted in neuroscience. I've spent years studying the intricate workings of the brain, how it functions, how it changes, and how it interacts with the rest of the body. But my interests extend beyond just the brain itself. I'm also deeply fascinated by the field of epigenetics, which is the study of how environmental factors, including your thoughts and emotions, can influence gene expression. This is a crucial area of research because it shows us that our genes aren't our destiny. We're not simply pre programmed robots acting out a genetic script. Instead, we have a remarkable capacity to influence our own biology through our experiences and our inner world. This means that you can actually change the expression of your genes by changing your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This is a profound realization, and it has huge implications for our health and well being. My method is built upon this understanding of neuroplasticity and epigenetics. It's a synthesis of ancient wisdom, particularly the practice of meditation, with modern scientific principles. Meditation, as many of you know, has been practiced for centuries across various cultures and traditions. It's a technique for training the mind to focus and become more aware of the present moment. But it's not just some mystical or esoteric practice. There's a growing body of scientific evidence that demonstrates the powerful effects of meditation on the brain and body. For example, studies have shown that regular meditation can increase gray matter in certain areas of the brain, including the prefrontal cortex, which is associated with higher level thinking and decision making. It can also reduce activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, leading to a decrease in anxiety and stress. Furthermore, meditation has been shown to have positive effects on the immune system, blood pressure, and even cellular aging. But my approach goes beyond simply sitting in silence and emptying the mind. It incorporates specific techniques to induce a state of coherence between the brain and the heart. This coherence is a state of physiological harmony where the heart, brain, and nervous system are working together in a synchronized way. When you're in a state of coherence, your body releases beneficial neurochemicals such as oxytocin, which promotes feelings of love and connection, and DHEA, which has anti-aging properties. My method also emphasizes the importance of visualization and intention. By clearly visualizing what you want to create in your life and holding a strong intention to manifest it, you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind is like the autopilot of your brain. It's running all sorts of programs and beliefs that you may not even be aware of. By consciously choosing what you want to impress upon your subconscious mind, you can start to change those programs and create new, more empowering ones. This is why the 21-day challenge is so effective. It provides a structured framework for you to consistently practice these techniques and begin to rewire your brain. It's not just about repeating affirmations or visualizing a better future. It's about actually changing the neural pathways in your brain and the expression of your genes. The impact of these teachings has been remarkable. I've had the privilege of witnessing countless individuals transform their lives using these principles. People have overcome chronic illnesses, healed from emotional trauma, achieved their career goals, and created more fulfilling relationships. It's incredibly inspiring to see the power of the human mind to create profound change. And it's a testament to the fact that we are all capable of far more than we often realize. We have the potential to unlock our inner power and create a life that is truly extraordinary. So, you're intrigued by the idea of rewiring your brain, and you're probably wondering, what exactly does this 21-day challenge entail? Well, let me break it down for you. This isn't just some arbitrary number of days. There's a real science behind the 21-day time frame. It's generally understood that it takes about 3 weeks to form a new habit or break an old one. This is because, as we discussed earlier, the brain needs time to create and strengthen those new neural pathways. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't expect it to grow into a tree overnight. It takes time, nurturing, and consistent care. The 21-day challenge is designed to provide that structure and support, giving those new neural connections the time they need to solidify. The program itself is structured around a series of daily practices. These practices are designed to work synergistically, building upon each other to create a powerful transformative effect. They're not just random exercises. Each one has a specific purpose and is grounded in the principles of neuroplasticity and epigenetics. One of the core practices is meditation. Now, I know some people might be intimidated by the idea of meditation. They might think it's too difficult or that they don't have the time. But I want to assure you that it doesn't have to be complicated. Even just a few minutes of focused attention each day can make a significant difference. The type of meditation I recommend in the program often involves guided visualizations and breathwork techniques. These help to calm the mind, reduce stress, and create a state of coherence between the brain and the heart. Another key component of the 21-day challenge is conscious intention setting. This involves clearly defining what you want to create in your life. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What kind of person do you want to be? It's not enough to just vaguely wish for things to change. You need to be specific and intentional about what you want to manifest. This process of intention setting helps to focus your energy and direct your subconscious mind towards your desired outcomes. Visualization is another powerful tool that we utilize. This involves creating a mental movie of your desired future. Imagine yourself already living the life you want to create. See yourself achieving your goals, experiencing joy and fulfillment, and embodying the qualities you admire. The more vivid and detailed your visualizations are, the more effectively they will impress upon your subconscious mind. Now, here's the crucial part. Consistency is key. This isn't something you can do sporadically and expect to see results. Just like learning a new language or mastering a musical instrument, rewiring your brain requires consistent effort and dedication. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about making a commitment to your own growth and transformation. There will be days when you feel challenged. There will be times when your old habits and patterns try to pull you back. This is perfectly normal. Change can be uncomfortable, and your brain will naturally resist anything that threatens its familiar status quo. But it's during these challenging moments that your commitment is truly tested. It's about choosing to stay on the path, even when it feels difficult. Think of it like climbing a mountain. The journey might be arduous, and there might be obstacles along the way, but the view from the summit, the sense of accomplishment, is well worth the effort. The 21-day challenge is your opportunity to climb that mountain, to reach your full potential, and to create the life you truly deserve. But it requires your unwavering commitment. It requires you to show up for yourself day after day and to trust the process. Because the rewards of rewiring your brain are truly immeasurable. Let's dive into the specifics of the daily practices and techniques that form the core of this transformative journey. I often get asked, what exactly do I do during these 21 days? It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about engaging in specific activities that directly impact your brain and body. As I mentioned earlier, meditation is a cornerstone of this process, but it's not just any type of meditation. We utilize techniques that are designed to induce specific brainwave states and promote coherence between the brain and the heart. One technique we often use is guided visualization. This involves listening to a guided meditation where I lead you through a series of mental images and scenarios. These visualizations are carefully crafted to help you connect with your desired future, to impress upon your subconscious mind the reality you want to create. For example, you might visualize yourself already achieving your goals, experiencing the emotions associated with success, and embodying the qualities you admire. The key is to make these visualizations as vivid and detailed as possible, engaging all of your senses. See it, feel it, hear it, even smell it. The more real it feels to your brain, the more effectively it will begin to rewire itself. Another technique we incorporate is breath work. Conscious breathing is a powerful tool for regulating your nervous system and shifting your brainwave state. We use specific breathing patterns to induce a state of calm and focus, reducing stress and promoting coherence between the brain and the heart. This coherence, as I mentioned before, is crucial for releasing beneficial neurochemicals and optimizing your physiology. There are many different breathwork techniques, and we often explore several of them throughout the 21-day challenge. One simple technique you can start with right now is called box breathing. You inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold again for a count of 4. Repeat this cycle for a few minutes, and you'll likely notice a calming effect. Now, for those of you who are new to meditation, I understand that it can feel a bit daunting at first. You might find your mind wandering, or you might struggle to sit still. That's perfectly normal. The key is to be patient with yourself and to not judge your progress. Meditation is a practice, not a performance. There's no right or wrong way to do it. The most important thing is to simply show up and be present. Start small. You don't have to meditate for hours right away. Even just 5 or 10 minutes a day can be beneficial. Gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Find a quiet space. Choose a place where you won't be disturbed. This could be a bedroom, a garden, or any other space where you feel relaxed and comfortable. Set a consistent time. Try to meditate at the same time each day. This will help you establish a routine and make it a regular habit. Focus on your breath. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Be patient. It takes time to develop a meditation practice. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep practicing and you will eventually experience the benefits. Remember, the 21-day challenge is a journey of self-discovery. It's an opportunity to connect with your inner self, to unlock your full potential, and to create the life you truly desire. By consistently engaging in these daily practices and techniques, you can begin to rewire your brain, reprogram your subconscious mind, and transform your reality. It's not just about changing your thoughts, it's about changing your brain, your body, and your entire being. Now let's talk about the reality of this process. Rewiring your brain, transforming your life, it's not always a smooth, effortless journey. There will be bumps in the road, obstacles you'll need to navigate. It's important to acknowledge these challenges up front so you're prepared and don't get discouraged when they arise, because they will arise. It's part of the process. One of the most common challenges people face is simply finding the time. Life is busy. We have work, family, commitments, and it can feel like there aren't enough hours in the day. So, how do you fit in these daily practices when you're already stretched thin? The key is to prioritize. Think about what's truly important to you. If you're serious about transforming your life, you need to make this a priority. Schedule it into your day just like you would any other important appointment, even if it's just for a few minutes. Make the time. You might be surprised at how much you can achieve with just a little bit of consistent effort. Another challenge is dealing with a wandering mind during meditation. This is incredibly common, especially for beginners. Your mind might be racing with thoughts, worries, to-do lists, and it can feel impossible to quiet the mental chatter. The important thing to remember is that this is perfectly normal. It's not about stopping your thoughts altogether. That's not even possible. It's about observing your thoughts without judgment, like clouds passing in the sky. When you notice your mind wandering, gently redirect your attention back to your breath or your chosen focus. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Just keep practicing. Over time, you'll find that your mind becomes calmer and more focused. Resistance is another common obstacle. This is the part of you that doesn't want to change, that's comfortable with the familiar, even if it's not serving you. Your brain is wired to maintain the status quo, so it will naturally resist anything that threatens to disrupt it. This resistance can manifest in many ways. You might feel tired, unmotivated, or you might come up with excuses to avoid your practice. The best way to overcome resistance is to acknowledge it without giving into it. Recognize that it's just a part of the process and don't let it derail you. Just keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Doubt is another challenge that many people face. You might start to question whether this is really working, whether you're making any progress. You might compare yourself to others and feel discouraged. It's important to remember that everyone's journey is different. Don't compare yourself. Trust the process and be patient with yourself. The results will come, even if they're not immediately apparent. The most important thing to remember throughout this process is to be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day or if you struggle with your practice. Just pick yourself up and start again the next day. This is a journey of self-discovery, and it's meant to be enjoyed, not endured. So be patient, be persistent, and trust that you have the power to create the life you truly desire. Because you do. You have the power to rewire your brain, to reprogram your subconscious mind, and to transform your reality. It just takes time, effort, and a whole lot of self-compassion. And remember, you're not alone in this. We're here to support you every step of the way. Now, while the science and the techniques are incredibly important, what truly brings this work to life are the real life stories of transformation. It's one thing to talk about rewiring your brain in theory, but it's another thing entirely to see the profound impact it has on real people's lives. I've had the privilege of witnessing countless transformations over the years, and each story is unique and inspiring. It's these stories that fuel my passion for this work and reinforce my belief in the limitless potential of the human mind. Let me share a few examples with you. There's Sarah, who struggled with chronic anxiety for most of her adult life. She tried everything, therapy, medication, you name it. Nothing seemed to make a lasting difference. She felt trapped by her own thoughts, constantly worried and on edge. Then she discovered the 21-day challenge. At first, she was skeptical, but she decided to give it a try. She committed to the daily practices, even when it was difficult. And slowly but surely, things began to shift. She started to notice that her anxiety wasn't as intense, that she wasn't constantly bombarded by negative thoughts. She felt calmer, more centered, more present in her life, and after completing the program, she reported a significant decrease in her anxiety levels. She felt like she had finally broken free from the chains that had held her back for so long. Then there's David, who was struggling with addiction. He had been in and out of rehab, but he kept relapsing. He felt like he was trapped in a cycle of self destruction. He knew he needed to change, but he didn't know how. Someone recommended the 21-day challenge, and he decided to give it one last shot. He approached the program with a newfound sense of determination. He embraced the meditation practices, the intention setting, the visualizations, and something clicked. He started to see things differently. He realized that his addiction wasn't just a physical problem, it was also a mental and emotional one. The program helped him to address the underlying issues that were driving his addiction, and for the first time in a long time, he felt hopeful. He completed the program and he's been sober ever since. And let's not forget Maria, who is stuck in a dead end job, feeling unfulfilled and uninspired. She knew she wanted to do something more meaningful with her life, but she didn't know where to start. She felt lost and directionless. She decided to participate in the 21-day challenge, hoping to gain some clarity and direction. Through the process of intention setting and visualization, she discovered a passion for art that she had forgotten about. She started to paint again, something she hadn't done since she was a child, and she realized that this was her true calling. She quit her job and started pursuing her dream of becoming an artist. It wasn't easy, but she was finally living a life that was aligned with her passions. These are just a few examples of the many transformations that people have experienced through this work. And it's not just about overcoming challenges or achieving specific goals. It's about something much deeper. It's about reconnecting with your true self, discovering your inner power, and creating a life that is truly authentic and fulfilling. It's about realizing that you are not limited by your past experiences or your current circumstances. You have the power to change your brain, to change your life, and to create a future that is beyond your wildest dreams. And these stories, these real life examples, are proof of that. They're a testament to the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of us. So you've completed the 21-day challenge. You've experienced some positive shifts, some changes in your thinking, your feelings, maybe even some changes in your life circumstances. Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. But the real work, in a way, begins now. The 21 days is a fantastic jumpstart. It's like learning the basics of a new language. But fluency, real mastery, comes with continued practice. The question now becomes, how do you integrate these practices into your daily life? How do you make them a sustainable part of your routine so that you continue to grow and evolve? It's easy to fall back into old habits, especially when life gets busy. The world around us is constantly bombarding us with distractions, demands, and old patterns. So how do you resist that pull and maintain the momentum you've built? The key is to make these practices a non-negotiable part of your day, just like brushing your teeth or eating a meal. Treat them as essential for your well-being, not just as something you do when you have time. One helpful strategy is to link your new habits to existing routines. For example, if you always have a cup of coffee in the morning, Make it a point to meditate for 5 minutes before you take your first sip. Or if you always check your email before bed, spend a few minutes visualizing your goals before you turn off the lights. By linking these practices to existing habits, you make them more automatic and less likely to be forgotten. Another important aspect is to be flexible and adaptable. Life doesn't always go according to plan. There will be days when you can't do your full meditation practice or when you have to skip a visualization session. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just get back on track as soon as you can. Consistency is important, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Even a few minutes of practice is better than none at all. It's also helpful to find a support system. Connect with other people who are on a similar journey. Join a community, share your experiences, and encourage each other. Knowing that you're not alone can make a big difference. It can help you stay motivated and accountable. Now, beyond just maintaining the practices, it's crucial to set long-term personal growth goals. What do you want to achieve in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 5 years? Be specific and write them down. Having clear goals will give you a sense of direction and purpose. It will help you stay focused on what you want to create in your life. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Personal growth is a lifelong process. There will always be new challenges to overcome, new lessons to learn. Embrace the journey, be open to new experiences, and never stop learning and growing. The more you practice these techniques, the more deeply they will become ingrained in your brain, and the more easily you will be able to access your inner power. This isn't just about feeling a little better or achieving a few goals. It's about transforming your entire life from the inside out. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, the person you were always meant to be. And that journey, that transformation is an ongoing process. It's a lifelong adventure. So embrace it, enjoy it, and never stop growing because the potential for growth, for transformation, is limitless. It's all within you. So let's recap what we've covered in this journey into the incredible potential of your mind. We started by understanding the science of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to change and adapt throughout your life. We explored how this principle, combined with the wisdom of meditation and the power of intention, forms the foundation of my method for rewiring the brain. We talked about the 21-day challenge itself, what to expect, and how it provides a structured framework for this transformation. We delved into the specific daily practices and techniques, including guided visualization and breath work, and offered tips for beginners to get started. The key takeaway here is that transformation is possible. You are not limited by your past, your circumstances, or your limiting beliefs. You have the power to change your brain, to reprogram your subconscious mind, and to create the life you truly desire. But it requires consistent effort, dedication, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. It requires you to show up for yourself day after day and to trust the process. It encourages you to embark on your own 21-day journey. Take the leap, commit to the practices, and discover the incredible potential that lies within you. Don't just take my word for it, experience it for yourself. Unlock your inner power and create a life that is truly extraordinary. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who are seeking positive change. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content that will empower you to transform your life. We're here to support you on your journey every step of the way. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.